as many people know, Tubi is the largest free ad-supported movie and TV app, and we're primarily on televisions. So we're both a digital media service, and we are viewed over 80% of the time on the largest screen in the home, which means it can be co-viewed and devices that are shared. So while we're a digital media service, and a lot of times in digital, we think about the individual like a mobile device. Here at Tubi, our challenge has been really getting a better understanding of the household. We have a really good sense of viewing behaviors, but we wanted to really enrich our own first-party data with understanding of the home. And TransUnion, being a credit service with such a plethora of offline data, really is the type of company that could meet the need. And TransUnion in particular was very good at listening to what our specific challenges were. It wasn't just about taking data for digital individual targeting, but really understanding the households for content viewing, better discovery, and of course, the ad experience as well.
So what does it mean, sort of this whole personalization for the experience and for the advertisers, and how addressable can you go with the platform?
Yes, well, I'd say to start around personalization, that has been a very core tenet to Tubi throughout our history. We have the largest library by an order of magnitude in terms of movies and TV show titles. And to make use of that, you have to have good discovery, you have to have good personalization. In fact, one of our core tenets is to be the fastest path to entertainment. So we do a tremendous amount with our content viewing data to make that possible. But when you add signals about other people in the home, whether there's presence of children, information about language and other behaviors, these are things that can then be used as inputs to enhance that personalization engine. So that's very important to us. We're focused on the viewer experience, and viewing experience is about finding the right content, and it's also about having the best advertisements matched. And that's good for advertisers as well. And since we're a completely free service supported by ads, that's very important to the brands we work with. So as it relates to the addressability, we are 100% addressable and have been. This is something that enhances that by having even more data that's a third-party data set. So we have registration data, we have content viewing data, we have information on the content, and now we've got a great set of data about the household.
So there's this vast new marketplace with streaming services that you guys are doing and others, and consumption is going, and there's going to be some big players launching soon. What do advertisers want from a streaming platform? What do they look for you in particular that would be different from other linear services, let's say?
Yes, well, the biggest pain point is with the changes that have happened in traditional linear viewing over the last several years for an advertiser comes down to my target audience is spending more time, their attention is with other things. And as the average age continues to go up on linear TV, if you have a target demo that is in, let's say, 18 to 34 or 25 to 54, that gets harder and harder to get your overall reach to your target audience. So advertisers, first and foremost, are trying to get reach to their target audience. And even if it's a broad demographic, streaming services do that for them. And Tubi has a median age of around 34 right now. So that's number one. Number two is the ability to do advanced targeting and advanced measurement, and being a digitally delivered product, that is possible. The other thing is around, as linear has had challenges in overall viewership, the ad loads have gone up, and they've gone up in some cases to a degree where the value exchange for a consumer just isn't there. With our growth, we have the lightest ad loads in the industry, and that value exchange is very positive for the consumer. So great experience leads to some brand love for Tubi. If you're an advertiser on a service like Tubi, that environment is very positive.
And Mark, I have to ask, just in closing, tell us sort of some anecdotes about how the service has been impacted by the health crisis, people being at home and streaming just going through the roof. Maybe some anecdotes around what's going on at Tubi, please.
Yeah, certainly. Tubi has had steady and large growth over the last several years, but really in this environment of people staying at home, that growth has just skyrocketed, and so we were looking at the data, the 2 weeks of after people started staying at home versus the prior 2 weeks, and the growth in the service was incredible, over 22%, I believe, growth in viewership. In terms of new viewers, it was around 50% growth. And so what we're seeing is not just more time spent, more viewership while people are at home, but also many, many more people joining for the first time to see how things are at Tubi, and to really find a lot of the content that they can't find elsewhere.